My next role as a leader is to recruit employees into a 6-person team that is supposed to recommend a new performance evaluation system. Before the team starts doing their tasks, I must go over my recommendations for what behaviors the team should follow, how they should develop, how they should be rewarded, and other things that must be considered for them to be an effective team. There are behaviors that are required for a team to be as effective as possible. First, teams must be able to develop a trusting bond with each other and believe that they can be honest with each other without mocking them or being condescending. A great way for the team to build trust is to get to know each other outside of work, like having lunch together before starting projects. Whenever a conflict comes up, they must take the initiative to bring up the problem instead of avoid it, and either communicate with each other to resolve it or ask the manager or boss for help. When a team cooperates and uses positive teamwork together, they can maximize their strengths and minimize their weaknesses so that they can have more productivity and be more efficient with their tasks. Everyone must be able to hold each other accountable with the decisions that they make, even if it is their boss. Incorporating diversity within team members, whether it is from different skills, experience levels, cultures, races, ages, and more, can be a learning experience whether it is related to work or not. If a team uses all these behaviors and qualities properly, they can guarantee themselves results needed to help them reach their goals. Here's where I will explain the best practices that make up an ideal and effective team and how they can be implemented in an organization. It is important for every member to have shared objectives so that separate goals they could otherwise create will not disrupt the flow of the project. Members must also have the skills required to complete the project as well as understand what their role is of the project. This can be implemented by having the manager show descriptions of each job within the project and discuss one-on-one with each team member what they must do if they have the qualifications. Having the ability to trust and cooperate with team members is crucial for getting a project done properly. So a relationship should be established before starting the project so that it will not get out of hand. Also, team members must be able to respect each other and give each other feedback in a positive or constructive manner. Here is where I will discuss the appropriate reward and compensation system for the team. It is important to know the right type of motivation for the team, since that is what will enhance team performance and generate more success for the company. Different teams will be motivated with different types of reward and compensation, but since this is a problem-solving team, this will be about what I think is appropriate for this type of team. Since problem-solving teams may have to figure out how to complete their projects in a timely or costly efficient manner, they are more likely to be focused with goal-based compensation since these types of goals have a quantitative criteria. While goal-based compensation is what I would recommend more, they may also be motivated with task-based compensation since they must display understanding and proficiency while recommending a new performance evaluation system. According to the Module 6 notes, interpersonal processes are about focusing on the people on the team and how to make them effective. One skill that can be used is by supporting a team with encouragement. A leader should be able to make the team compatible with each other to reduce likelihood of a conflict that could ruin the project. While managing teams, it is important to make sure that every member is included in the project. A leader should have times where he allows himself to follow others because other members of the team may come up with ideas that he does not think of by himself. Compromising is sometimes necessary to reduce conflict, but it must be where everyone on the team benefits from it, because sometimes compromise results in no one getting what they want. Finally, the leader should be able to spot the positive and negative elements of a project and to discuss the need for change when necessary. There are strategies that must be used to improve communication between team members and performance. First, all team members must have a clear understanding of what their roles are in the team and what their responsibilities are. This is important because tasks may be completed incorrectly if rules are not clear. If an open door policy is used, it will take away communication barriers that could slow the team down. It can encourage the team to feel like they can ask team members for help. There are certain forms of communication that are more efficient compared to others. Teams should also find a way to form a bond within each other, like I have brought up before, outside the workplace to build up team spirit. A bond is significant to completing tasks effectively because if there is a positive, trusting relationship between the team, it can increase motivation, trust, and therefore productivity within the team. According to a blog by Matthias Lakren, if a task requires working on it hands-on, it is more effective for face-to-face meetings, while video conferencing is appropriate if team members are in different locations. The blog says that emails and saving information does not help because emails may not be seen if the inbox becomes full quickly and saved information can get lost. In this slide, I will describe the most appropriate collaboration and strategy to develop team intelligence. Team intelligence is the capacity of a team to learn, teach, communicate, and respect each other as a way to complete tasks and goals for the company they work for. When it comes to the conflict by itself, it is important that it is not brought up too late before it causes an adverse effect on the organization, and for the situation to be put into concise words. It is easier to resolve a conflict when it is brought up in a constructive and positive manner without hurting any team members. For example, I statements instead of you statements should be used, and if whoever addresses the problem focuses on the problem and not the person, it will prevent the team member feeling like he is being accused. Team members should also be encouraged to give feedback so they can discuss their own ideas on how to resolve the problem. The more people that offer feedback, the more creative potential there can be after the discussion. In my opinion, the best way to manage team intelligence is to frequently reflect on team performance by summarizing everything to create a learning experience. If there is something that hinders team performance, it should be recognized so the team can learn what to do better. And once that is fixed, the team should be recognized for what they did correctly so they can know what to repeat with later tasks. There are a variety of challenges that leaders, such as me, may face while leading a team. First, there is the challenge of facing the idea that change is always possible, like having a strong team member that is, for some reason, not able to help complete tasks anymore. A leader must figure out how to balance changes when they happen. There is the idea of feeling pressure of leading a team to success if the objective appears overwhelming and causes manic inside. Sometimes a leader will have the task of delivering bad news to his superiors if products fail, timelines are not met, or goals will slow down. Along with the pressure of dealing with reporting the bad news, they can also have the challenge of staying motivated after making mistakes regardless of what the superiors say. Some leaders may feel confident with their leadership style, but because some styles do not work well with everyone, they will have to deal with people that do not like them. It is important that the leader recognizes challenges when they happen so that they can learn how to resolve them without letting them get the best of him. To bring up the main points of this presentation, there are roles, behaviors, and practices that a team must use to be as effective as possible. Because there are different factors that motivate different people, finding the right form of compensation will enhance the team's performance, which is goal-based or tax-based compensation in this situation. Teams must have constructive and efficient communication to be able to meet their goals. Team collaboration and strategy must be used to develop team intelligence. Since leaders will face challenges themselves, it is important to know that being a leader may not be as prestigious as it sounds. If all these ideas are taken into consideration, the team will be able to do a great job at recommending a new performance evaluation system.